Picture yourself nearing the end of a long, exhausting marathon. You've already covered countless miles, enduring sacrifices, moments of joy, and obstacles that would have stopped others in their tracks. Now you've reached the point where every step counts, where even a small mistake could cost you dearly, and right at that moment, someone shows up trying to block your way. It could be a brother, a friend, a partner, or even a neighbor. The truth is, at this stage of life, the last thing you need is to carry the weight of someone else's problems. You are not here to be anyone's constant rescuer, nor to sacrifice your own peace for empty promises or guilt that was never yours in the first place. This is your life, not theirs. Let's be honest. There are people who make requests they should never make, demands that drain your energy, your time, and your peace of mind. That is a direct attack on your happiness, and you cannot allow it. Have you ever felt like you were nothing more than an emotional ATM? Or like you were rowing a sinking boat while everyone else just stood by and watched? This is exactly what we want to open your eyes to. And we're going to talk about the things that no one should ever expect from you. At this point in your life, anything that steals your peace simply isn't worth your time. Stay with me to the end. This might be the moment you decide to close the doors that should never have been opened. One of the biggest mistakes is letting someone push their responsibilities onto you. How many times have you said yes to something deep down you knew wasn't your problem? Too many, right? And the worst part is, you often realize it only after you're already burdened with a weight that was never yours. It usually starts with a small favor, a bit of help just this once, or an urgent request, and before you know it, you're trapped in a cycle that pulls you deeper without you even noticing. What began as simple support turns into you becoming the main pillar holding everything together. And the longer it goes on, the harder it is to let go. Think about a worn-out rope that's pulled again and again. Eventually, it snaps. That rope is you. You were used as a lifeline. And now they expect you to keep holding up a boat that should have been floating on its own a long time ago. But you are not a lifeline, and you shouldn't have to be one. What's at risk here isn't just your money or your hours. It's your peace, your mental health, and your life. When someone hands you a heavy load and walks away expecting you to carry it out of love, or to avoid seeming selfish, that's not help. That's abuse. You have already worked, sacrificed, loved, and given far more than most could imagine. So why keep holding on to what was never yours? You're not a bank, yet people ask for money. You're not a babysitter, yet they leave their grandchildren with you as if raising them again is your job. You're not a nurse, yet they expect you to care for everyone without ever asking how you're doing. And when you finally say no, suddenly you're the bad guy, judged, criticized, made to feel guilty. But who calls them out for putting you in that unfair position? Many people take advantage of your kindness, treating you as a resource instead of a human being. You give and give, only to receive more demands, more blame, and the expectation that you'll never stop giving. It's unforgivable. It's like being an umbrella everyone runs to when it rains. But when the storm ends, you're left soaked and forgotten while everyone else moves on. Ask yourself how many more times you'll let this happen. This is not love. It's emotional abuse. And it doesn't matter if it's from a child, a sibling, or a friend. If they're overloading you with things that aren't yours to carry and robbing you of peace, you don't have to accept it. When someone tries to use tears, sweet words, or emotional blackmail disguised as affection to make you say yes, that's exactly when you need to ask yourself, why should I pay the price for their mistakes? This isn't selfishness. It's self-respect. If you don't draw the line, no one will do it for you. Keep accepting burdens that don't belong to you, and you'll end up drained, frustrated, and invisible. And that's a price you cannot afford. Life is short, and at this stage you've earned the right to live in peace. You should be enjoying the fruits of your labor, not constantly putting out fires that others started or supporting people who refuse to stand on their own. If you feel like a prisoner to other people's responsibilities, it's time to break free. This isn't about refusing to help in a true crisis. It's about refusing to carry loads that were never yours. Stop dragging around guilt and emotional debts that belong to others. What you ignore today will be even heavier tomorrow. If you can't find a good reason for carrying it, let it go, because no one will take better care of you than you will. For example, being asked to lend money. Unless it's a genuine emergency, don't even think about it. Imagine you're enjoying your morning coffee, looking out the window in peace, when suddenly the phone rings. It's someone close, maybe a child, a sibling, or an old friend. They rarely call, so you pick up, only to find they're not checking on you. They're asking for money. It starts as a temporary loan, but soon becomes a bottomless pit. What seems like kindness can quickly turn into one of your worst life decisions. Lending money at this stage is like handing over the keys to your home and hoping they're returned untouched. Often, they're not. Once you lend, you also give away your peace of mind, your emotional stability, and sometimes even your trust. This stage of your life should be about enjoying calm, not risking it. Lending money now could be one of the most expensive mistakes you ever make. It's not about being stingy or cold. It's about protecting yourself from ending up with nothing while others exploit your kindness. Too often, what begins as a small request turns into painful consequences. Once your savings are gone, there's no easy way to rebuild, and you're not at an age to start over financially. Ask yourself, if I needed that money for a sudden health emergency, what would I do? The reality is, money given away rarely comes back as easily as it went. Emotional blackmail might follow. If you're my father, my brother, you have to help me. But you are under no obligation to save someone else if it means drowning yourself. Continuing to row a sinking boat isn't heroism. It self-destructs. True emergencies, like a medical crisis, are different. But constant requests that drain your savings while the other person lives as if nothing's wrong, that's a trap. Don't beg for respect or affection from people who only appear when they need something. Ask yourself, is this real love or just dependence? Someone who genuinely loves you would never force you to choose between your security and their convenience. If they do, they don't deserve your time, your energy, or your money. Learn to say enough. At this stage, peace is priceless. Life doesn't wait. So live now. Protect what took you a lifetime to build. The next time someone comes to you with a sad story and an outstretched hand, ask, are they thinking of my well-being the way I think of theirs? If the answer is no, you know what to do. Reaching later years should mean calm, not chaos. You should be enjoying the life you've earned. But sometimes people drag you into conflicts that aren't yours. Maybe they want you to mediate a fight between relatives or step into a family argument. You didn't start. Without thinking, you agree, and suddenly you're caught in the middle of a storm. Imagine your children fighting over your home, the place you built with love, filled with memories. To you, it's a sanctuary. To them, it becomes a prize to win. You try to mediate, hoping to help, but end up making the conflict worse. Eventually, you realize you can't fix what's broken, and all you've done is exhaust yourself. The cost, your peace, your happiness, even your health. Life is too short to waste on battles that aren't yours. Ask yourself, is risking my peace worth it? You already know the answer. You can't save others by sinking with them. This is about self-respect. Choosing not to get involved doesn't mean you failed. It means you've chosen yourself. The peace you fought for is priceless. Don't bargain it away. Decline to play a role in games that aren't yours. If you don't protect your tranquility, you may end up regretting a choice you should never have made. Take control of your life. Stop just surviving and start living. Then there's another request, one even more personal. Being asked to change who you are or how you live. Imagine your child, sibling, or friend telling you to change your habits, your clothes, your music, as if your time has passed and your experiences no longer matter. They want you to erase who you are, to rewrite your story. But your habits, your tastes, your memories are part of your identity. They might say, stop dressing like that, you look old, or change your habits, loosen up. But those habits tell your life story. No one has the right to rewrite it. If you give in, you risk losing your essence, your uniqueness, and once lost, it may never come back. Being yourself is not a crime. The freedom you've earned should not be traded for someone else's opinion. This is your life, your choice. Your authenticity is your greatest treasure. Don't give it away to fit in with a mold that was never yours. Finally, some will ask you to put their feelings above your own. They want you to cancel your own happiness so they can feel better. It's as if your life exists only to keep them comfortable. That's not love. That's control. If you give in, you'll find yourself living as a supporting character in someone else's story, dimming your light so theirs can shine. That's not what you've worked for. Your peace, your happiness, and your choices have immense value. Set boundaries. Say no without guilt. Your life belongs to you, not to anyone else's expectations. If someone doesn't respect your feelings, draw the line. Life is too short to waste on drama or to live for someone else. You've earned the right to put yourself first. Protect your time, your energy, and most of all, your peace. This chapter of your life is for living fully, not for carrying the weight of others who refuse to carry their own. Thanks for watching.